Ship ahoy! Oh, see? This is not about talking or just about boats. This is about chips too, which I have absolutely forgotten already. However, it's not even potatoes. Fuck, I've really fucked this up. I promise you, it will get better, okay? Anyway, chip ahoy! So, I had an electrician called Bonnie. Very great, Bonnie. A couple of 2 days ago. And she installed 3 new leisure batteries. So, I did some filming, but I didn't talk while filming. So, what I'll do is I'll talk a little bit about my system from before and now, and then I will show the footage of the installation process and do a little voiceover. Let's get cracking. And I just want to say I am not an electrician, as we all know. I barely know anything, so I'll see if what I'm saying is even correct. Hopefully. I think it's the gist of it, you know. I'm going to be paraphrasing again. I think maybe we should start with I'll start with the past, because that makes sense technically. Okay, so when I bought this boat, it was not made for living, oh fuck's sake, it was not made for living off-grid. It was made for living in a marina or having access to shoreline power, which is power you get from the shore, which is 240 volts in England. I needed to have 12 volts because that requires less power. This is not great. I'm just gonna go and say there's many reasons for that, I'm sure. I can't tell you the specifics. The boat is pretty much on 12 volts, but to get 12 volts you can either, I think, oh well, my leisure batteries are 12 volt batteries, so you have a cable from the 12 volt batteries to the applications devices. So my fridge is a 12 volt battery, my water pump is 12 volt, which means it goes directly to them. However, if I want to charge my phone and my laptop and anything else really, then I have to use my inverter. So an inverter is going through from the battery. So you have battery, inverter, device, and it's, I'll do a picture later, it's underneath this table. It's a bit clunky to get to, but you know, we figured out a nice lean to turn it on. So you don't have that on unless you need it, and it takes a little bit of electricity, power, so that if you turn it on or have it on overnight and use it, probably be flat by the morning, your batteries. So to go back again, what I had on this boat again was nothing, so I had to order my solar panels and research how much I needed, etc, etc. I ended up on 350 watt solar and a 2000 watt inverter, which means that if I have an application, I don't, is it called application? That thing over 2000, like my waffle iron, rip, is I think 2000, which means it will shut down my system, I believe. Trip my system, is that the electrical term? So I can't use things that uses a lot of watt, like heat. I think most things that, like a washing machine, I think is like a regular washing machine that most people have in their house would be too much. You can get bigger inverters, but there's no point for me to have a bigger inverter because I don't have that much solar anyway. With 350, I think some people have, you know, thousands of watts, maybe not thousands, but on boats, I mean, maybe like 800 seems to be something people have, or 500. I think I have on the lower end. Not too low, 350 is decent. This is where I could tell you what 350 means, but I think I'm going to leave that for when I actually fully know and understand all of that. I think I have understood it, but I'm not going to say it's in case it is completely wrong. Yeah, so I had the 2 leisure batteries at, they were 115 ampere hours per battery, which comes to 230, right? Yeah. But these batteries were not made for living off-grid. They were actually very far away from what you need to live off-grid. There is a class system, NCC class. Some people say it's decently bullshit, but it's at least something for me as a newbie to think about, I suppose, even if it is bullshit. Because you have A, B, and C. C is what I had in those old batteries, and it's meant for as no off-grid living at all, so constantly using shore power. Then you have B and A. A is not a little bit off-grid. But apparently, after all my extensive research, it seems to be not even good enough for me, who's just off-grid. Honestly, the more I research about this, the less I know. Difficult to to get a grips with everything, and there's a lot of matter of opinion, and it's very specific to what one needs. Just to say, I got rid of those 115 2 ones, because you can't just add a battery, because the old one will drag down the new ones. So I ended up getting 3 new batteries from New Mux, and obviously I'm not sponsored with my 20 views. That would be amazing. And they were at 105 ampere hours each, which means I have 315. I think I'm going to do that now. Actually, I'm going to put in a sheet that I was recommended on a Facebook, well, someone made on a boater group, and it tells you how much you need, how many ampere hours batteries you need. So I'll do that now. Take it away, Steiny Time. Here we are. So I can't pretend to say that I understand everything in this thing, but I think I understand the gist of it. So let's just do a little generic overview. This is all the things that you can have in your boat. I do not have all of them. So I have a fridge. I have 1 fridge, and hours per day in the summer, I would say probably 24. Let's go with 24. And it says on my fridge it is 0.95 amp hours. I don't know why it says amps here. I'm not sure if it is because it's obviously an engineer or electrician who's made this. I'm not sure if it's me fucking things up, but I'm pretty sure this is the number that should be here, and that is 0.95 amp hours, unless my fridge description is wrong. That is possible. Anyway, here we are, 22.80, and then we go down to water pump, hours per day. This was on it, so I assume that's about right. Maybe even less, and that's 5 amps apparently. I didn't put in that. We move down to phone charger, once 2 hours a day, again 1 amp, and then we have a laptop, and in the summer I would probably charge it maybe for 2 or 3 hours, and we have 3 amps according to my plug, and this number on the phone was also according to my plug. So here we are, and then we scroll down a bit. I haven't really understood all of this yet, but this is the battery that I have. So 60/40 is what you need to generate, because I assume you need a little buffer. Again, paraphrasing, you need more than the exact sum, right? For reasons. So here we are. So what hours that I need to generate with my solar panels is 724. This I do not get. No, this is summer actually. This is summer. I'll do winter later. But yeah, in the summer I do get about on a nice sunny day, about 700. But however, in the winter, let's do winter, I would have it on for 5 hours, say, maybe not even that. It depends on if I'm home and it's sunny. So say 5 hours. We're still looking at that. I would not be charging my laptop because I have a power bank to do that I charge at work. We remove this one, and then we keep the phone because I think that's fine. Obviously the pump needs to pump, and we move down. Here we are. I need to generate 12.33 amp hours, which is equivalent to 148 watt hours, which again is a little bit much. I would say on a nice sunny day when I'm not in the shade like I am now, I can probably get about 100. Where I am now, I think yesterday I got 30 watt hours, so that's not great. So that's when you need to start your engine, which is quite normal, I think, in winter to start your engine to get some more power, because it generates into the batteries as well with the alternator. But yeah, I think that says some things, you know. I think this is very well made, I must say. So there you go. One thing I was going to say earlier as well was that you can get different types of batteries. So my batteries are lead acid batteries, which is pretty much the standard battery. However, you can get AGM, which stands for something that I can't remember, but I'll put that here. And then you have gel batteries, lithium batteries, and then you can have a hybrid setup. You know, the lead acid batteries that I have are the cheapest versions. And I was thinking, you know, should I spend more money on lithium? But lithium is so expensive that it was just, and the amount of research I feel like I had to do as well. You have to change the whole setup inside, not inside, but like you have to change quite a lot of things. So I wasn't there yet to change to lithium when I barely know anything. And then you have gel and AGM. AGM seems to be preferred to gel. That's as much I can say. Oh, I'm forgetting to eat my chips. It's really good. Where are we? So after all of that, I figure out, you know what? I'm going to go with the safe thing and get these batteries. They seem to be decent. Okay, Steiny Tyne from the darkness here, reporting without glasses because there's a horrible lens flare. I just wanted to add that I did consider getting the AGM batteries, which I think most people probably would recommend at this point if you're going to get new batteries. If not lithium, you know, probably AGM or something much more deep cycle. But with the amount of research I did and the fact that I just knew less and less every time I researched, people did seem to say and repeat that if you don't really use that much electricity, like, you know, washing machines and all these massive applications, you don't really need anything crazy. So I did just settle on classic lead acid batteries, and I'm hoping that's okay. So far, good. And this is a fun fact, because obviously I don't have an address. Getting those delivered was intriguing. I was allowed to send it to a friend, which was very helpful. So I went to her with my trolley. I'll put in a picture actually of this after. And they are 25 kilo each, these batteries. And I was originally planning to take the bus home with these things, but as you can see in this picture, it would have been slightly difficult. So I ended up having to take an Uber, and Uber driver helped me load and unload, because I was going down a hill when we got there. Ooh, it was but when I got to the towpath by the boats, at least it was only 5 minutes walk. But then to get the batteries over into the boat, because I'm on a towpath that's quite high, so if this is the towpath, this is like, there's 1 meter down to where I step, and in addition my steps into the boat is there, so it's even further down, so it is quite a steep. So I managed to slam the 25 kilo battery. Only one of them, well actually all of them, but one of them hits particularly hard on my thigh, so it's quite blue. But yeah, so that's the realities of not having a address, but we got them there, you know, and we managed to install them, which you know what, I think I'm gonna ensue, if that's a word, the video, the footage from the installation process. So enjoy and take it away, Steiny Tyne, the voiceover artist. Right, here we go. We are lighting the fire for our dear guest Bonnie, and here we are drying up the old battery box. It is so rusty. It does not look well. This is a project for another time. It was very damp. Picking up a little parcel from Screwfix Sprint, and this is where we had to saw off a table so that we could have wood underneath the batteries, which is a requirement. Here they are. We've got an old one, the black one, and the yellow ones. 25 kilo, these guys. Oh, nice socks down. Yeah, there you go. It's going in there. Oh, God, inside. It was, yeah, you know, this is a work in progress. Nice stuff. Here she is, Bonnet. Amazing work. I've got some nice straps there, good colour. Underneath my sofa is where you find the fuse for my inverter and some cables. See, attaching a negative cable, me with a nice little crimp, and untaping the positives to get it all sorted in the darkness. It got quite dark suddenly. This is my bilge pump, or bilge pipe, that she had to remove to get to the batteries. And here she is connecting the solar panels back up again. And yes, but don't let the darkness fool you. We have power!